right, let's hit the field.
It is Sunday, September 28th, the final day of the 2025 regular season. Yankees were taking on the Orioles. We just finished a watch party, and now we're going to recap the game. We're going to count down the belt standings, and we'll discuss the outcome. My recap, your reactions. We got Terrence, we got Frankie. Coming up next, this is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
And I think this calls for the fun hat. 8 straight wins for the New York Yankees. Joining me on the postgame is Terrence Kem and Frankie Baseball, the one and only. And guys, pretty strong finish to the season. However, the Blue Jays also won. They destroyed, well, I don't even think it's over. They're destroying the Rays right now, 13-4. So the Jays are going to win the American League East title. It is. I have it written as it's, I guess, famous last words, right? Maybe we see a miracle comeback and this becomes like an all-time blooper podcast, but it looks like they're going to win the division. But still, the Yankees had a nice season. I don't think any of us expected 94 wins. We did have some over-unders and things like that, and we'll talk about that later. But let's start with you, Frankie, since you're just joining us. How you feeling about the way the Yankees finished off, and how you feeling about this matchup potentially against the Red Sox on Tuesday night?
What's up, guys? Apologies if my voice is a little hoarse here. I'm just coming over a cold, but conflicted emotions here today. Ecstatic with the way the Yankees finished off the season. I mean, this is what we wanted. You know, we had to say a couple days ago when we were, 2-3 games out, just win every game and just hope Toronto screws up. And that's what we did. And unfortunately, Toronto screwed up a little bit, but not enough. And I will say this off the top. I don't want to hear any Yankee fan today blame the Rays. Oh, the Rays didn't start all their guys. The Rays didn't. Look, if we'd won one game this year, one more game, if we had won one more game in that Toronto series, the Marlins game that you guys mentioned, any game during the summer swoon, any Devin Williams blown save, things would have been different. So, look, we can only blame ourselves for this. It's a frustrating loss to not win the division. But, look, I'm happy at least that we are hot heading into the postseason. I'm glad that Judge and Stanton are both playing well here. I'm happy that it looks like, according to the odds makers, it looks like Judge has won the AL MVP, which would certainly be wonderful to see him pick up number 3 there. And I am worried about the Red Sox because they've had the tendency to own us this year. But you know what? This is a hot Yankee team. We're playing well right now. So I'm feeling good. Cautiously, pessimistically optimistic, if that's even a word. Slightly cautious here, but I'm hoping the Yankees can win. But yeah, so mixed emotions today, but overall happy that we at least had this long winning streak to end the season. And congrats to the Blue Jays on winning the East. And we'll see you in October.
Congrats to the Jays. We'll see you in round 1. And it looks like it's probably going to be in Toronto, future 51st state of the United States of America. So let's oh, wait, I think I have a sound effect for that somewhere. I'll find it. Oh, wait, here we go.
This is America, Jack.
So TK and I just got done doing a watch party. TK, what are your final thoughts on the 2025 season on Plan B? It looks like the Mets are going to miss out on the playoffs. They are down to the Marlins. And how crazy is it? We were talking about this. The Marlins beat the Yankees in that game right after the trade deadline, right? And they basically, that's the difference, right? If you win that, if the Yankees hang on and win that very winnable game, they're American League East champions, and they have home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the American League. Now they are the number 4 seed. And by clobbering the Mets today, they're going to prevent the Mets from making the playoffs, assuming that game ends the way it looks like it will. They're down 4-0 to the Marlins. Soto 0-for-3 in that game. I'm sure he's not going to have any trouble with the call-ins on the radio tomorrow. How you feeling about this baseball season in general? It's been a great year. Bunch of 50 home run teams. Everything coming down to the wire. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's true. Like, again, second year in a row that no one will win 100 games. So I think that says a lot about where we are as a sport. There isn't really any team out there that I think is like dominating. Everyone thought it was going to be the Dodgers. They had a lot of injuries. And, they're going to have a worse record than the Yankees are, right?
Yeah.
I think that also shows, like, you can spend $350 million on the payroll like the Mets did and not make the playoffs. So it does come down to playing well and executing, and you can put the team together, but they got to play. They got to do it on the field. So I will say that for the Yankees, the plan B did work out. Losing Garrett Cole even made it a little bit more of a complete team. But the fact that they matched the win total from last year is a big win. I know that the June swoon, like when it was bad, it was really bad. And we all know that it looked really bad. But if you look at the season as a whole, and this is, I'm sure, how the front office is going to look at it, it comes down back to the mean. And they had a very, very solid season. So I'll take it. We just discussed what I have preferred to win the division. Yes, just for the home field advantage, just to be the number 1 seed in the American League. But I think that the layoff will end up hurting whoever wins it. So I do think the Blue Jays probably will be cold coming out of the gate when they get to the playoffs. And they just choke it every time. They choke it every time, and I fully expect them to this year again.
So, and before we get to the recap or the key takeaways, you bring up a great point. If the Yankees do get by Boston this week, I think that will be exhilarating for the team. It'll happen in New York, which will be like an exciting thing. They won't have to travel. And, the Jays will be sitting there getting cold, like literally in Toronto, getting cold. And, not having played for a week, how does that affect them? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the Yankees seemed to handle it okay last year, but, the thing that can be really tough is hitting. When you haven't hit in a week, right? And the thing that gives the Yankees the most trouble is the Blue Jays bat. So maybe early on in that first game, at least, while they're kind of catching up, maybe you can strike early, ride that momentum if you beat the Sox. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's get to the recap here. So Ben Rice, he's my big takeaway. We talked a little bit about it on the watch party. I feel like he's a 40 home run guy next year. I think you're saying he's a 40 home run guy. He's had an unbelievable season. He hit 255 with an 836 OPS. I mean, we talk about how great Grisham was, how great Jazz Chisholm was. He had a higher OPS than both of those guys. He had a higher OPS than Cody Bellinger. The only people on the team with a higher OPS than Ben Rice are Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. And the thing about Giancarlo Stanton is that he can't do anything but hit home runs. He can't run.
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
And it is final. Sorry to hear it for Mets fans. Oh, that's tough.
Bye-bye.
All right. Goodbye, Mets. Oh, that was we got to clip that. Just our reaction of us just laughing. We got to clip that. That's an all-timer.
Little brother, my ass.
Oh, it's a Mets town, baby. I thought it was a Mets town.
Right,
what the fuck happened? All right, it's a Mets town.
This is heaven for me. This is nirvana.
So the Yankees have won. Let's just take care of all of the stuff we got to do. That is 8 straight wins, and the streak will continue, baby. Bring on Boston.
Winning.
Let's go. And we got to come here, Evil TK. Evil TK is my favorite TK.
Yeah, people like Evil TK.
So he has the advantage of being an actor, so he can do like the facial contortions and just the evil. Frankie, you don't come across as evil. You just come across as more like taking joy in someone else's suffering, which is fine. But I mean, maybe that's evil. It's just it doesn't look as evil.
When it's the Mets, I have no problem with it at all.
All right.
Well,
Mets failed to make the playoffs, and Soto got paid record money, and he's getting an extra month of vacation. So congratulations to him. That works out well. Nice benefits there across town. Congrats to Aaron Judge, the tallest batting champion in history. We got to give him his flowers. 331. I think he's the MVP. He finishes with 53 home runs, which is exactly what I said he would finish with. 114 ribbies and 12 stolen bases, a 1.145 OPS. Rounding out some other numbers, Cody Bellinger fails to get his 30th home run or his 100th RBI. He finishes with 29 and 98. And you know what that means? That means he's going to go off in the division series. He's going to go off in the playoffs because he's been cold for a little while. And he's got that, like, he's been pressuring himself to try and get to 30, right? I mean, we saw this with Alfonso Soriano. I remember back in, I guess it was 2000, I want to say it was 2002. He was trying to go 40-40, and right at the end of the season, he struggled to get that 40th home run, and he didn't get there. And then in the playoffs against the Angels, he went deep like right away. He ended up having a good series, I think. But I think Cody Bellinger, he's, for all intents and purposes, 30 and 100 season with a 270 average and great defense. He has earned my love and admiration.
Oh yeah, I love
Ryan Bashman. Oh man. He says Soto's suite will be empty this October. Oh,
Enjoy
that's rough. Say one more time.
Cancun, yeah.
Cancun, yes.
Yeah.
Cancun. Yeah, so and tough on the Mets fans there. But
well.
Yankees win this one 3-2. And Frankie, I don't think that there's a lot of competition today, so this might be a little bit anticlimactic. But we do have a belt winner, and you announced it in our watch party. So would you like to do the honors for those of us just joining the postgame show? Who is your belt winner today?
I mean, there's only one guy I can go to, Anthony Volpe, for that great defensive player. It's Ben Rice, 6.5.
Ben Rice! And we're giving another one to Cam Schlittler just because it doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding. No, Ben Rice with his 6.5 belts now, but he does not factor into the standings. So, Frankie, how are we going to settle this? We have a 3-way tie atop the belt standing. Should we just carry it over into the postseason? Right now, Jazz, Grisham, and Fried are tied with 10. I think we got to let it keep running. I wanted to end it just like you do with an MVP award or just like you do with statistical categories, regular season belts. But since I make the fucking rules here, I'm deciding we're going to push this on into the postseason, and maybe one of these guys will get a belt. And you know what? Maybe I'll put my thumb on the scale if it comes down to it, just to make sure there's a winner. But to get a belt winner, we're going to have some actual wins in the playoffs. How do you guys feel about this upcoming series with Boston? You think we can get it done? I mean, Crochet is no easy customer, but at home, I think the Yankees can do it.
I think Crochet scares me for sure, but I think it's a huge advantage to be at Yankee Stadium. If we were in Fenway, I would feel much worse about it. Red Sox can hit. They did lose Roman Anthony. I think he'll be out for the series as well,
yes.
And that's a big loss for them. Bregman, always a pain in the ass. He's kind of like a ghost for the Yankees as well. But for Crochet, you're only going to see him once. The danger thing about, wild card series is you lose game one, immediately the back's against the wall. So the game
100%.
one is critical. But the way you get that done is you got to work the count. You got to get them out early. You got to work the count, get walks, get the big hit. So hopefully they can do that. But I think if they win game one, they should take the series pretty easily.
So I have a solution for the Garrett Crochet thing. I have a solution here. Okay. We send a limo to pick him up at the airport, right? To make sure that he arrives in style. Oh, we're gonna take care of you, right? And just make it seem like it's a nice big thing. And that person just immediately drives into the Hudson, or drives to Florida. Drives across country and doesn't let him get to the ballpark in time. Maybe driving into the Hudson's a little bit too. But. I don't want him. I don't want him pitching in that game. Whatever we can do.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, this is New York, baby. We gotta handle things. Yeah. No, we got to prevent him from getting to the ballpark. If that means shipping him to San Francisco via Uber, then that's what we're gonna have to do. No, but it's gonna be a tough matchup for sure. But I think the Yankees, they got 4 runs off him last time. This is gonna be a third time they've seen him this year. Maybe they can figure it out.
Max Fried got to step up too. He's had a rough career in his post. He's had a couple good starts here and there, but he's got to step up. This is where you earn the pinstripes, if you will. And let's say he has a terrible start in the wild card. I think that'll change a lot of people's outlook on the contract a lot.
Richard Lee with the solution. He says, we're getting an Etsy witch. We're getting an Etsy witch.
All right.
So, all right, make your donations here in the chat, and I will buy it. I'll go ahead and get that Etsy witch. I will put a hexo. If you think I'm fucking around, if we get if we get $50 in donations, I will hire an Etsy witch for this series.
Boston's got no chance.
No chance. All right, quick word from the guys at Foul Territory about I think we're doing Superpower today, and then back to wrap things up.
FT fam, Superpower believes that every human has 100-year potential, and they're going to help you get there. I like the sweatshirt, Eric Kratz, and I also love the way that Superpower takes care of its members.
Yeah. You go get your lab test, you become the best you. You be a member of this group, and your test will come back. It's unlocking things that you didn't know about yourself. This is stuff that players used all the time. You can do it now too.
Exactly, Kratz. How many of you have gone to a doctor's appointment? You get the classic, oh, you're fine, or just drink more water. No real data, no real game plan. With one simple blood draw with Superpower and over 100 biomarkers, that is way more than what you'd usually get, and it unlocks so much more about your own body. Head to superpower.com to learn more and lock in the special $199 price while it lasts. After you sign up, they'll ask you how you heard about them. Please make sure to mention the FT podcast to support the show. Your biology decoded, your blueprint activated with Superpower.
All right, so let's get to that Etsy witch here. Let's make sure that happens. We got our first one here. It's from Hank Clemens. He's helping us out. We got let's see, $5 there. So Frankie, I think that your fire alarm thing might be chirping in the background. Is that you?
Yeah, I have no idea what the heck that is. My apologies. I apparently there's no fire in the house.
It's important to change the batteries in those things once in a while,
yeah.
Frankie. We don't want to lose you.
In your fire and your smoke detectors, so that they're not doing this stupid thing right here during the middle of your live stream.
Yeah. All right. So a lot of guys looking to prove themselves in this postseason. I mean, you got Fried making his first Yankees postseason start. You got Rodon trying to continue what's been a great season. But to me, there are two things that are hanging over this playoffs. One, Aaron Judge. Will he actually hit this year in the playoffs? He's been swinging the bat better. He had a base hit today. He just won the batting title. He seems to have really turned it around over the last couple of weeks. I think he's the MVP. But if he fails in the postseason again, the rest of baseball is going to be laughing at us the way we were laughing at the Mets just a few minutes ago. And the other thing is, will Giancarlo be Giancarlo? Now, he had a couple of good games there. It looked like he was coming around. But can we really count on this guy every single year to show up and carry us? We're going to need somebody else to step up. Grisham has been slumping a little bit. Ben Rice looked like he finished strong, but he's probably going to sit on Tuesday against Garrett Crochet. Maybe he catches. We'll see. I don't think Austin Wells is going to play. How are we feeling? Let's start with you, TK. How's that series going to go? Is Judge going to hit? Let's start there. Let's start with Judge.
He's going to hit. I'll give you three guys. I'll give you Stanton because I expect him to show up. I just inherently do at this point. I think Bellinger is going to be big, and I think Aaron Judge is finally going to get over the hump and have a good postseason. I think this is the 2009 A-Rod postseason for Judge this season. I don't know why. I just kind of feel that way. I think that him not having the layoff, he's heard the noise. He dropped the ball in the World Series, all of that. I do think this is the year. Whether that's the year they win the World Series, I don't know, but that is the year that Aaron Judge will have a good postseason. And I just want to read this one thing here. So I saw this from the Yankee Report. If you guys don't follow them, they're a great follow. The creator of the page, fellow Clemson alum. But listen to this. The Yankees have not defeated a non-AL Central team in a postseason round since they beat the Athletics in the 2018 Wild Card game. They have not defeated an AL East team in the playoffs since they won Game 5 of the 2012 ALDS against the Orioles. They have not defeated the Boston Red Sox in a playoff round since the 2003 ALCS. So we're going to have to change our fortunes a little bit here. It's time.
It's time.
We are due.
It's time. Reverse the curse. We're going to reverse the reverse of the curse. That's what we're going to do. And that is going to be the name and the title of this show, I think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your New York Yankees, 94 wins. Now, it is my 12th wedding anniversary, and I have spent the last 3.5 hours watching baseball with my guys. So I'm going to give you each a final statement, beginning with you, Frankie, so that we can get you out of there before your house burns down. So, Frankie, go ahead. Final thoughts.
First of all, I know that you have an anniversary, but should we go through the over-unders here before we wrap things up?
Let's do over-unders. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up the over-unders.
So earlier back in March, we did the over-unders. We had the three of us and Kratz who did it. So let's just go over these now. Austin Wells, over under 19.5 home runs. Me and Terrence went over. I got that wrong there. So yeah, Kratz and Terrence went over. Derek and me went under, and Wells hit 21. Max Fried, 3.25 ERA. Only Terrence went under, and he ended up being right on that. I believe it was, 2.86. Jason Dominguez, 23.5 home runs. Derek and Terrence went over. Me and Kratz went under. He hit 10. Giancarlo Stanton, 59.5 games. Kratz and Terrence went over. Me and Derek went under. He hit 7. It went to 77 games. Bellinger, over and a half, 25.5 home runs. He hit 29. All of us took the over on that. Goldschmidt, 74.5 RBIs. All of us took the over. He went way under, unfortunately, 45. Anthony Volpe, 4 WAR. Terrence was the only one that went over. I don't need to tell you that he did not hit that. And Aaron Judge. There, Terrence. Aaron Judge, 49.5 home runs. We all took the over. It got close, but he was able to get there with 52, 53 to end up. And then Yankees, 90.5 wins. We all took the under. They hit 94, so at the over. The final score, Kratz 6, Terrence 5, me 4, Derek 3. Congratulations to Eric Kratz.
Wow.
2020 Pinstripe Territory over-under champion.
Oh,
Nice.
Did that guy play? Does he know the game? It's almost like he knows the game or something. Did he play?
Yeah, he did. Apparently he played for the Yankees, too.
Oh, wow.
And on my own show, I completely went in the toilet. I also took Devin Williams for Cy Young. I took Anthony Volpe for batting champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you. Actually, I'm going to do a show tomorrow, so voicemail show. Call in with your thoughts. We're going to preview the postseason. Voicemail show tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, we'll do pregame and postgame. We're going to do 2 shows a day for all of the postseason games. So get your voicemails in, all that stuff, and we will see you next time. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.